Mr. President, Senator Pia Cayetano, the distinguished lady from Taguig and Pateros, is also seeking the floor. I move that she be recognized, Mr. President.
Any objection? Senator Pia Cayetano is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. With the indulgence of Senator JV, I'd like to make some comments and observations and perhaps ask His Honor his thoughts on some issues on this matter.
Certainly, Mr. President, anytime of course, coming from the co-author of this landmark legislation.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you to Senator Padilla for allowing me to take the floor. So, Mr. President, I was listening to the debates earlier and noted that there were concerns on the 1,700 budget for the Consulta program, and which apparently is now called YAKAP, no? I'd like to explain because I think it's important for all of us who will be weighing in on these issues, who will, of course, be supporting anything that we can do to strengthen PhilHealth, to understand how this works. First of all, the 1,700 per person is based on a risk-sharing scheme. So what is required here is that a certain population, and I'll give an example, for example, Taguig City, everyone in that population would have a budget of 1,700. So like any insurance na risk sharing, hindi naman lahat ho yan magkakasakit. So kunyari yung 1,700, ang population mo is 1,000 na lang para madali yung mathematics natin. That's 1.7 million pesos. Yung 1,000 na yan, hindi yan lahat magkakasakit. Baka merong pumasok doon, madapa, band-aid lang ang gastos natin. Ano tawag doon? Alcohol. Ano ba uso ngayon sa sugat? Mertiolate pa ba? O ano ba? Betadine na. Betadine mas madaling ma-pronounce. And Band-Aid, yun lang ang gastos, di ba? Tapos, siguro yung iba doon, sumakitan siya, binigyan ng 10 tablet for 3 days consumption, di ba? So, yun, alayo nun sa 1,700. And that's why, dear colleagues, that amount is based on, I believe that's based on actuarial, assuming tama yung pagkagawa nila, na sa 1,700 na yung buong population nagko-contribute ng ganon, magkakasya. In fact, there is a study by Dr. Tony Dance and his team. I don't have it in front of me. But the amount is actually 300 pesos only. Sa Samal Island. Bumisita tayo. Mag-swimming tayo, papunta doon, galing sa Davao City. So, may tulay na, hindi na kailangan mag-swimming. For the record, I tried to swim that, kaya lang, I did not wake up early enough, so nadala ako ng waves ng, ano ba to? Yung anod, nag-bike na lang ako. Anyway, sorry for the... So, in Samal Island, the budget was 300 pesos per person, and it worked. It worked. So that is what we need to understand when we have this discussion. It is a risk-sharing basis. I won't go into any details, but that is the reason where this figure comes out. Kasi nga pag inisip mo, 1.7, paano nagkasya yun? Eh kasi pinupool yun. So most likely, yung nagkasakit ng malalim, baka yung ang gastos niya dun is 1.7 times 100 people yung ginastos niya. The rest of the 100, wala silang ginastos. They didn't even have to go to the doctor's office. Similar to how an HMO works. Maliit lang ho ginagastos natin. O, tanong ko sa mga senador, sino nagpatingin sa HMO? O, di wala. So, nagagamit ngayon yan ng staff natin. Ganun yun. Kung tayo naman ang nagkasakit, sana hindi magkasakit yung staff natin kasi kinocompute nila yun to ensure na yung pondo na yan, mabuo pa rin. I then move on, no? But what happened was, hindi rin ho ito maintindihan ng mga providers. The providers were very reluctant to sign up as a provider. Kasi nga, 1,700, paano yan mag-work sa amin? So, ang ginawa ng DOH to entice them, they removed certain medicines that are high cost and created another fund that will cover this. So, for example, for cancer screening, there is a different package altogether para nga ganahan itong mga service providers na mag-sign up kasi natatakot sila dahil paano kung ang pumunta dito diagnosis namin initial parang kailangan ng cancer screening. Ang mahal ng cancer screening. So we had to create, DOH had to create another package. Anyway, I won't go into details, but ganun na nangyari. And in fact, there is now another fund, which is 20,000 pesos per person for medicines na labas pa doon. Maybe later on, when people understand this system more, we can innovate. But for now, I think it's a good start. So yun lang, Mr. President. Does a good senator agree with? Kasi mas alam naman niya to. Sa dami naman na nag-interpellate sa kanya, I just wanted to share that information. And if he agrees with me, then I can just move on to my next point. Dalawa lang naman yung points ko.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Tama po yun, no? Thank you for sharing with us yung pong scheme na yung pong risk sharing, no? Tama nga po yun. For example, siguro just to give you an example, Your Honor, Mr. President, hindi ko lang na-elaborate kanina. Tama po yun. Kung 20,000 halimbawa, ang population in a specific area, times 1,700, 34 million po yung magiging total. Pero kung halimbawa po 5,000 lang ang pa-check up, times 1,000, 8.5 million lang po yun. So talagang yun po yung margin, nandun po yun, no? na spread out. Hindi lang po natin na-elaborate, pero that's how it works sa mga HMO rin.
Yes.
We'd like to thank Senator Pia Cayetano for bringing this up.
Thank you, thank you. I know naman we are on the same page with the former chairman of the Committee on Health. And then along this line, Mr. President, I also want to share that when I became a senator in 2004, I handled the Committee on Health, but I did not handle the budget of the Committee of Health. So ako yung nag-i-interpellate dun sa nagkumahawak ng budget ng health, no? And ang tanong ko at that time was, how come practically non-existent ang budget natin for preventive health? So, this is 2004, 21 years ago. Ganun na ko na katagal inaawitan ang DOH to have more funding for preventive health. Kasi lahat ng pinag-uusapan natin, can you imagine, dear colleagues, kung nababawasan ba ng kahit kalahati ng kailangan pumunta sa ospital? Dahil katulad ni Senator JV, nagbabike. Sino pa pwede ko example? Senator Sherwin na tumatakbo. Senator Joel na nagbabasketball, kaya lang gumastos para do sa tuhod niya. Yun lang. But basically, if you engage in preventive health care, which is exercise, proper nutrition, avoiding yung mga vices, alcohol, cigarette, vapes, then you will not have to go to the hospital as much. Diba? Tama naman ho ako. Does His Honor agree with me?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor, Mr. President. That's one of the salient features of UHC is really to strengthen yung preventive
Yes.
healthcare. Kasi nga po, pag napunta na tayo sa curative, mas mapapamahal pa, more expensive for the families and more expensive for the government as well.
And the chances of getting better is also slimmer, di ba? Imagine if habang bata ka pa lang, lahat na to, na-avoid mo tong mga sakit na to, na-detect ka ng maaga, hindi na, because of your healthy living, hindi na tuloy yung what you would otherwise be exposed to. It really goes a long way. And that's why, congratulations to His Honor, kasi when we passed this law, nandun na yung sa konsulta, na talagang by law, we are required to provide for it. So I just wanted to emphasize that is the objective now of having this outpatient support system. Na wag ka na sana munang maging, I don't even want to call it an outpatient, I want to call it before you become a patient. Because we want people to embrace these healthy lifestyles. In fact, there's an HMO in the US. Maybe it's common, I don't know. I just know of one HMO, Kaiser Permanente. I only know of it because my friend works there. And kinikwento nila sa akin na pag nag-join ka ng gym, pag nag-join ka ng mga activities that are considered good for your health, di ko alam kung yung premium mo yung binabawasan or something, pero may reward ka eh. Something like that. So sabi ko, because in the model of Kaiser Permanente is they own the hospital. So if they don't take care of you before you get sick, sila din ang gagastos pag nagkasakit ka. Kaya incentive nila din sa kanilang sarili na bumaba yung gastos nila is bago pa ka palang magkasakit, habang bata ka pa lang, they want you to be healthy. So natuwa ako sa model na yon. Sana may creative thinkers tayo, no, na makapag-isip ng gano'n. How do you incentivize? But I think that's the nature of the Konsulta Now Yakap package kasi kung incentivize si Mayor, kung si Mayor ang gagastos nitong yakap or a portion of it, so ang laki ng gastos niya for people to stay healthy, then mas konti din ang ilalabas niya para ma-hospital, di ba? And I know there are a lot of proactive cities like this. Siyempre, yayabang ko yung Taguig City na not just medication for diabetes, pero meron na silang jogging club, walking club, and then they share tips on healthy eating para nga makaiwas dun sa puntos na lahat na ng anong tawag doon? Yung sakit na connected sa diabetes ay naglabasan na. So, yun talaga yung comorbidities, yung pala yung tawag doon. I'll just jump to my next point, Mr. President. I believe our colleague, Senator Lacson, mentioned the failure of government to turn over the earmark syntax, and I agree with that 100%. I was an author of the law that required the earmarking. Fina-follow up ko yun. I even remember when our now Senate President was chairman of the Committee on Finance many years ago, decades ago. I don't know kung 2009, 2011 yon. Nag-compute pa ako, pinakita ko sa kanya na this is what is owing to DOH kasi by law, itong earmark na to should be delivered. So, at present, Mr. President, ang earmark for 2023 na syntax should be 83.9 billion. Ang pumasok sa GAA is 79.06 billion. For 2024, it's 79.01 billion. Ang pumasok sa GAA as budget of PhilHealth no is 40.28 billion, and for 2025 69.81 billion for syntax collection. Ang pumasok sa GAA is 0. So kulang lahat to. So there is a pending case right now in the Supreme Court, I think filed by doctors. I'm letting our colleagues know that I am going to file as an intervenor to be part of this case because this is my law. I consider this personal to me, na kaya natin in-earmark yun dahil nga yung mga bisyo na nakakasama sa tao, sana man lang may nakukuha doon pangbayad sa gamot nila. Tapos hindi natin nakukuha. So, I am just reviewing my pleadings. If the good senator would like to join me or any of our colleagues, do let me know. I'm just an intervenor kasi meron na hong nag-file ng kaso nito. Yun lang naman po for the information of our colleagues and the good senator from San Juan. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'd like to thank, Mr. President, I'd like to thank Senator Pia Cayetano. And